You think answering this question is polite. You think it's honest. But the moment you say a number, you have just committed a $20,000 tactical error. Last year, a study published in the Journal of Applied Social Psychology confirmed exactly what happens when you speak first. It's called the anchoring trap. In negotiations, the first number spoken creates a psychological anchor that pulls every subsequent number toward it. If a company has budgeted $100,000 for a role, but you reveal that you currently make $80,000, you have just reset their ceiling. They were ready to pay market value. Now, they only need to pay you plus 10%. By answering the question, you saved them money, and you cost yourself a fortune. That is the financial cost. It's a literal subtraction from your net worth. But the psychological cost of answering this question, that is far more dangerous. And that is what nobody talks about. Let's step away from the negotiation table. Let's talk about the barbecue, the wedding, the holiday dinner. Someone asks, "So how much are you pulling in these days?" Why do we feel the urge to answer? We answer because we are weak. Deep down, we crave the nod. You know the one. You tell your cousin your salary, and you want to see their eyes widen just a fraction. You want to feel for 5 seconds that you are winning the game of life. But this is a trap. The moment you share your number to get validation, you have outsourced your self-worth to an external judge. If they think it's high, you feel good. If they think it's low, you feel small. You have given another human being the power to audit your value as a person based on a single data point. This is a sign of internal fragility. A person who is truly secure in their path does not need a receipt to prove it. When you blurt out your salary, you aren't proving you're rich, you're proving you're insecure. There is an old military strategy: never let the enemy know the size of your reserves. In the modern world, money is reserves. When you tell people what you make, you become measurable. Once you are measurable, you are categorizable. People instantly slot you into a hierarchy in their mind. If you are in less than them, they treat you with subtle pity. If you are in more than them, the relationship shifts to subtle resentment, or worse, transaction. You think you are just sharing a fact. What you are actually doing is changing the physics of your relationship. You are no longer a mystery or a friend. You are a resource to be tapped, or a failure to be ignored. You have removed the mystery of your potential and replaced it with a fixed number. And here is the dark truth. Once people know your price, they fight subconsciously to keep you there. It disrupts their worldview if you suddenly double your value. By sharing your current level, you are creating social friction against your future growth. So, what is the alternative? Silence. In a noisy world, silence is the ultimate leverage. When you refuse to answer, you maintain information asymmetry. In game theory, the player with the most hidden information controls the board. When nobody knows what you make, they have to judge you based on your output. They have to judge you based on your ideas, your character, and your results. They cannot dismiss you as cheap labor, and they cannot target you as a cash cow. Privacy buys you freedom. It buys you the freedom to live below your means without judgment. It buys you the freedom to take a pay cut for a passion project without ridicule. When you are a black box, you define your own narrative. This isn't about being secretive, it's about being sovereign. I know what you're thinking. This philosophy is great, but what do I actually say when my boss or my nosy aunt asks me directly? You need a shield. Here are 3 tactical scripts to deflect the question without being rude. Scenario 1, the social setting. When a friend or relative asks, "What are they paying you these days?" Do not get awkward. Do not stutter. Use the enough pivot. Say this: "You know, I'm fortunate. I make enough to cover my needs and save a bit for the future, so I can't complain. How's the new house coming along?" You answered the sentiment, "Are you okay?" without giving the data. Then you immediately pivoted the topic back to them. People love talking about themselves more than they care about your salary. Scenario 2, the recruiter. They ask, "What are you currently making?" to try and anchor you low. Say this: "My current compensation is structured around a specific mix of benefits and equity that's hard to compare directly. I'm more focused on the market value for this role. What is the budget range you have allocated for this position?" You politely rejected their frame and reasserted that you are paid for value, not history. Scenario 3, the persistent peer. When a coworker pushes you, "Come on, just tell me." Say this: My grandfather taught me that there are two things you never discuss: your salary and your browser history. And trust me, you don't want to know either. Humor is the ultimate defense mechanism. It signals confidence, not secrecy. Your financial journey is not a public performance. It is a private construction project. Every time you stay silent, you keep a brick for yourself. Every time you speak, you hand a brick to someone else to throw through your window. Stop trying to prove your worth. Start building it. If you want to know how to separate your psychology from your money even further, watch this video on the psychology of spending next. Thanks for watching.